It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll see this team's leader at quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. We're just moments away from the action, just ahead on EA Sports.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You go on a hot streak heading into Halloween and things.
The ball is teed up as rain continues to fall. And we're off and running from Orlando. He'll begin his return from the 11. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down. So after their first offensive snap, we'll have a break in the action. One of the linemen in need of some attention from the trainers. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running this one left. Crosses midfield, still going. And he's finally hauled down at the 43. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And they're going to have a first down. Another carry for him. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. They send a man in motion. They give it to him again. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. They've got a man in motion. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Koo able to put it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they'll be led out by their QB, now in his 8th season in the NFL.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Drive starts with an option, right side. And he's brought down up across the 30-yard line. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 31. Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They bring the tight end in motion. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pitts brings it in. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And the hit stuffs him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. They're throwing it. Hauled in left side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Here's a return from the 7. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Play action on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Plowing up the middle. And solid running there gets him forward to the 39-yard line. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
They'll bring out the punter here. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. They've got 1st down from the 31. Their offense headed back out for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Setting up the running back screen. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Has it at the 37. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And it's going to be their football coming up. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, off play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Dropping back to throw. He has the 1st over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Here's a quick pass to the right side, cut. And they get this down to the 28. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run for the first time with their rookie from Michigan. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1. At the end of one, a field goal for each side, but no one has found the end zone just yet. Both teams neck and neck so far. Take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. We're all set to start the 2nd. Offense already out to resume its stride. They're moving it well, but now face a 3rd and short. They'll try and throw it here. That's caught for the 1st. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And it sets up 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Patterson on for the extra point. Got a good plant in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And these guys break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Starting at the 10. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense ready to get going again now. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion here left. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They'll send out the punting unit. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. His work begins at the 31. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And they're going to take over possession. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Man in motion here. They go play action on 1st. He puts some power on a deep one left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it'll give him a 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action here. He puts some juice on a deep... They connect on the deep shot. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Give him 32 on the play. And that gives them the first.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. Throwing now on first down. Finds his back complete. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. One of the rare instances there, Brock, where the quick slant doesn't win against zone coverage. He just couldn't hang on to the football.
No, we know this, Kate. In man coverage, it's about that separation, right?
Yeah.
You've got to win and create leverage versus zone. It's all about that anticipation and accuracy, and if you're not on point, that zone defender can break it up. You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Allen sent in motion right. And this one doesn't go far. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it'll be their football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They're going play action. Into the hands of Pitts. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll run here on 1st down. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing the out route complete. They get an even 10 on that play. And that'll be a 1st down. They're set up at the 35 now. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Brought in close to the 8. And he's in. Touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows how to get it into the end zone is worth his weight in gold to a QB. And on that throw, there was trust there that he had a shot to find pay dirt.
Kicking team on to try the PAT. Extra point sent in through the rain. And his guys push their lead to 3. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. He fields it from the 8. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Bails out of the pocket quick. Now he takes it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Orlando. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 38. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. Complete beyond the marker. This gets the 1st and more. Keeps himself upright. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. He outruns defense to make it a much bigger gain.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And this is down all the way to the 3. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They'll run here from the gun. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! These guys get some late points and the lead. So, Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games, this sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
Patterson tacks on the extra point. And these guys take a 4-point lead. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. Throwing from the gun. Hits him on the in route. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. From the 36. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Dumps it off to his running back. And this one does not go far. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 27. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection. Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. So after a very competitive first half of football, we've got ourselves a 1-point game. Now from here, let's jump across town to our studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman. Everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home teams ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Completed to his running back. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that without that ball being tipped, we are looking at a big game. That's a missed opportunity to push that offense, but an even better play defensively to deny the throw.
Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. Finds him over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Handoff now out of the gun. Nice cut back to the right sideline. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
1st down, ball at the 36. This is Allen on the give. And they were on him from the start. He's brought down for a massive loss.
Oh, man, that just stuns you. That's exactly what you're not thinking is going to happen on a 1st down run. Likely need now a big gain on 2nd to try to get back on schedule.
Here we go, 2nd and very long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I don't know if I've ever told you, but my dad was a driver's ed teacher. And I could just hear him right now say, son, take this out of reverse and put it in drive, because this one's going nowhere right now. A drastic change on this play needed, and maybe a whole lot of luck to keep this series alive.
So a really tough spot here. This is 3rd and a country mile. Setting up a throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him. altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out at about the 15-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. Back to throw on 1st and 10. That one's complete, right side. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll give him a 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Blown back gets the handoff. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Ripping off yards past the 40. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
To throw it on 1st down. Throw left side, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice game by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
They go play action on 1st. He beams one deep right side. And they don't connect looking deep there, but this play's not quite over yet. So there's a flag on the field.
Offense.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up.
Still 1st down.
So now, after the penalty, it's 1st and 15. From midfield now. Brought in right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Still has some space inside the 35. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Here's a throw. Finds him on the slant. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better team.
And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown! These guys make them pay for turning it over. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Patterson able to connect on the point after. And his guys grow their lead to 8. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back now, pressure on its way. Completed over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. 3rd and just 2 to go. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He fields it cleanly. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The visitors returning their offense and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this 2nd half. They'll come out throwing. Short pass brought in. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Nice gain left side. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. Running it after the penalty. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice pickup of 6. That's going to bring up 3rd down 9. The play fake, he'll throw. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. They gain 14 on the play. And that'll give them a 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And they'll have 1st down. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. They've got 1st down from the 31. They're going play action. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's the handoff. And he pushed deep in enemy territory with that, down inside the 25. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. Throwing off the play fake here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on these stud tight ends, that's big time.
So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
On first down, they'll run. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Pitts brings it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And they're going to have a first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Catch made over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 41. Cut out left. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing it again here. Fires right away, but incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing now, off play action. Cut near the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
They need the end zone here. They've got 4 chances at it. This is 1st and goal. From the gun, here's a handoff. Has the touchdown. These guys down by only 2 in the 4th. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Offense not going anywhere. They want to. He's throwing for it. And he gets into the end zone. This one all tied up here in the 4th quarter. But we all knew extra point was doing nobody any good there. Got to go for 2 in the tie. They do. They get it. And just like that, we're all squared up here in the 2nd half.
Squared up, brand new ball game, even Steven. Who is Steven? Do you know who Steven is?
That's a very good question. No, go ahead. Go ahead, though. Take it.
I don't know who Steven is, and I don't really care because it's a whole new game with both teams totally alive.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Back out runs their offense. They passed on the field goal, didn't get it on 4th down. Interested to see what they do if a similar situation arises on this next possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up 1st down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Hits him on the in route. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Running this one left. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. You put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. They'll throw on 1st. Well, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You call that receiver screen, and every once in a while, that wide receiver, well, he's got to be his own blocker. He's got to make the first guy or two miss. That didn't happen, play goes nowhere.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Has him on the quick hitter. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
He has it at the 33. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And after the punch, the offense comes out onto the field. And they'll begin this possession in just a moment. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing now from the gun. Complete over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll give him a 1st down. Looking to the air here. That one fired in there. Complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Trying to throw here out of the gun. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Brought in close to the 8. Runs it in for the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Patterson on for the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And these guys break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Patterson now to kick this away. Has it at the 11. This return makes it up to the 25. This offense making its way back out now. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. The tight end going in motion right. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll throw it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives them the 1st.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Pass play now. Completed over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Hits him on the out route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning for them to use, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. We reach the 2-minute warning from Orlando. These guys down by 7. 2nd and 3 now. They are throwing it again. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now they have 3rd and short. Motioning the tight end left. To throw. Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped. Well, he was fighting off defenders, trying for the extra yards. You understand it, but might have been what cost him and opened the door for that fumble.
Okay, you and I both know this game has changed so much in our lifetimes. It's evolved in so many different ways. But I promise you, you can go back to the 60s, the 70s, and many of these fumbles occur just like that. You break one tackle, you let up just a little bit, and that next guy comes home and delivers the devastating blow.
Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Setting up to pass. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Here he is to throw. He's got it on the slant. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the...
And they pull it off. A touchdown catch in the final moments. And now overtime or a win right here are on the table. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Return starts at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Give now to the running back. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. And with 4 seconds remaining, they're going to take a timeout. He'll look to throw it. He's on the move. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Man, this has been such a great game. Nobody is ready for it to end just yet. After 4 quarters, we're headed to overtime. So as we go through this coin toss, Brock, I'm sure most of our fans know it, but this is something that can decide the game. If the team who gets it first scores a touchdown, the game is over. But if they only kick a field goal, their opponent gets it with a shot to win or tie. And if we play beyond those 2 possessions, the next score would then win. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch this game away. And now we're off in overtime to decide it. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here comes their offense out again. They couldn't quite get the job done in regulation, but the home crowd rising now to fire them up and help them finish the job right away in OT. First throw of overtime now. Finds him on the crossing route. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Running back sent in motion. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So it'll be 2nd down. Throwing from the gun here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. Their defense got off the field clean, Brock, and now their offense runs on knowing that any points are going to end this game.
Well, you want to look up complimentary football in the football dictionary, this might be the most important time for it. One side of the ball makes a stand, and the other side gets a chance to go win it.
Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
No matter what other stats you want to look at in this ball game, well, this defense can take some serious pride in at least one thing, and that is 6 quarterback sacks on the afternoon. 6 sacks, well, that's an expectation rarely achieved. And a sign, well, this group did their homework, and they're making it pay on the field.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Allen, the motion man left. 3rd and long for him here. Escapes the pocket. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. They're out now, ready to punt it. And in overtime, this has to be struck well. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And a sure-handed play there in the rain. He brings in the fair catch without a problem. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. Play action on 1st down. Looking to his fullback now. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Cut out left. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Throwing now on 1st down. Catch is made down the right sideline. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw, and without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Finds him over the middle. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. And now the entire game rests on his next kick. Timeout taken by the defense, their 2nd. And that'll leave them with just 1 remaining in overtime. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. This celebration begins for our winners as we say so long from Orlando.